Anthropic just released Claude Opus 5, and it beats their own flagship model Fable 5 on almost every benchmark while costing less. Not slightly less, way less. The most striking number is a 100-point improvement on OpenAI's own real-world task evaluation. That is not a marginal gain. Let us walk through the numbers because they tell a story. On Frontier Bench, which measures coding ability, Opus 5 scores 43 against Fable 5's 33. That is a 10-point gap on a benchmark designed to stress-test real development tasks. Then you look at GDP-Val, which is OpenAI's own evaluation for real-world tasks. Opus 5 improves by 100 points over the previous generation. Think about what that means. Anthropic is not just beating their own model. They are posting gains on a benchmark created by their biggest competitor. ArcAGI 3 sits at 30%, which is a significant jump for abstract reasoning. BrowseComp hits 90% compared to 87%. OS World, the computer use benchmark, shows a 4-point improvement. The only real drop is on legal benchmarks. Everywhere else, Opus 5 is either clearly ahead or roughly tied. This is not a routine update. The spread suggests a fundamental improvement in how the model handles complex, multi-step work. Here is where the story shifts from interesting to genuinely disruptive. The old way people priced AI was per token. You pay for input tokens and output tokens. That made sense when models were roughly similar in quality. But Opus 5 breaks that framework. What matters now is cost per task. That means how much money you spend to get a job done correctly, not how much you spend per word generated. On the OS World chart, Opus 5 sits higher and to the left. Higher means better performance. Left means lower cost. GPT 5.6 sold costs over twice as much to match Opus 5 at its lowest setting. That is not a small optimization. That is a structural shift. Opus 5 accomplishes tasks with fewer tokens and higher pass rates. Fewer tokens means less compute. Higher pass rates means fewer retries. Both of those push costs down simultaneously. For anyone running production workloads, this compounds fast. A model that is cheaper per token but needs 3 attempts is more expensive than a model that costs more per token but nails it on the first try. So what is actually happening under the hood? The source does not give us architecture details, but the benchmarks reveal something concrete. Opus 5 is not just getting smarter on individual tasks. It is getting more efficient at completing entire workflows. The coding jump from 33 to 43 on Frontier Bench suggests better planning and execution over long sequences. The GDP-Val improvement tells us the model handles real-world multi-step tasks with fewer failures. And the cost data tells us it does this while consuming fewer tokens. That combination points to better instruction, following, and better self-correction. When a model understands what you want more precisely, it does not waste tokens exploring wrong paths. When it can self-correct mid-task, it does not need a human to restart the whole pipeline. The slight drop on Deep Sway being basically the same suggests they did not sacrifice depth for breadth. They pushed the model to be better at practical execution without gutting its analytical capability. That is a hard balance to strike, and the benchmarks suggest they pulled it off. If you are building AI agents, automation pipelines, or coding assistants, this changes your default choice. Opus 5 is cheaper, faster, and more capable. That trifecta is rare. Usually you trade cost for quality or speed for accuracy. Here you get all three. The practical implication is that workflows you could not automate before because they were too expensive or too unreliable might now be viable. Think about tasks that require browsing, coding, and computer use in sequence. Those used to burn through tokens and fail often enough that the cost per successful task was prohibitive. Now the math flips. The strategic move is straightforward. Start testing Opus 5 on your actual production tasks today, not on benchmarks, on your real workloads. Compare cost per task, not cost per token, against whatever you currently use. The savings could be substantial enough to fund new features or new hires. But you need to measure it yourself because your tasks are not the same as the benchmarks. There is a second-order effect here that deserves attention. When enterprise-grade AI gets dramatically cheaper, it changes who can compete. For founders in Morocco and across the MENA region, this matters enormously. Budget constraints that used to limit what you could build are loosening. You can now run sophisticated automation at indie prices. That means a two-person startup can ship the kind of AI power product that previously required a well-funded team. The playing field does not level instantly, but it tilts. The cost per task metric rewards efficiency of design over size of budget. A founder who designs tight, well-scoped workflows gets more out of Opus 5 than a well-funded competitor running sloppy pipelines. This also changes investor calculus. If AI infrastructure costs are dropping this fast, startups need less capital to reach meaningful revenue. That means smaller rounds, less dilution, and more bootstrap paths to profitability. The founders who recognize this shift early and build around cost per task will have a structural advantage over those still optimizing for token price. Now, to the caveat. Opus 5 dropped on legal and health benchmarks. If you're building tools for high-stakes legal reasoning, stick with Fable 5 for now. The drop is significant enough that you should not migrate critical workflows without careful testing. Health and law are domains where a small accuracy decline can create real harm. For coding, automation, browsing, and general tasks, Opus 5 is the clear winner. But know your domain. The broader question is what happens next in the competitive landscape. Anthropic just showed that you can optimize aggressively on efficiency without sacrificing capability. That puts pressure on OpenAI and Google to respond. The cost per task framing is likely to become the standard way buyers evaluate models. Watch for whether competitors release their own cost per task data or shift pricing models entirely. Also watch for how the open source community responds. If cost per task becomes the dominant metric, the entire pricing structure of the industry could shift from tokens to outcomes. That would be the real revolution. Watch whether OpenAI and Google respond with their own cost per task benchmarks. That will tell you if this is a new standard or just a marketing angle. Also track whether Anthropic extends these efficiency gains to their smaller models. The real disruption happens when this pricing reaches everyone.